bipartisan group of US senators just this week introduced a bill once again to try to stop stock trading by federal officials, including, by the way, members of Congress. So Kirsten Gillibrand is a senator on the Democratic side. Josh Hawley on the Republican side working on this. So I guess we're gonna have to give Josh Hawley some credit. Anyway, they introduced the Ban Stock Trading Act, which would ban members of Congress, senior executive branch officials, and their immediate family members from holding or trading individual stocks, the most substantive bipartisan effort to date. And in announcing this, Gillibrand said, "Sunlight is the best disinfectant. It is critical that the American people know that their elected leaders are putting the public first, not looking for ways to line their own pockets. This bill is the most substantive bipartisan effort to date, and I'm gonna work hard alongside Senator Hawley to get it signed into law." Josh Hawley said politicians and civil servants shouldn't spend their time day trading and trying to make a profit at the expense of the American public, but that's exactly what so many are doing. That is 100% what so many are doing. We're actually going to give you some information about how successful they've been at it. But as weird as it is to give credit to Josh Hawley, I will say thanks to him if I'm able to catch up to him. The dude runs really fast. I do like what they're trying to do. A lot of people, including AOC, have been pushing for this for a number of years. It doesn't mean that they wouldn't be able to invest. They could invest in mutual funds and those sorts of things, but they would not be able to buy individual stock that their private privileged information would allow them to either make decisions that personally benefit themselves or potentially affect the legislation that they pass or don't pass to benefit or not harm themselves. Woz, what do you think?
I mean, this is just the other side of the lobbying effort, right? Like obviously lobbyists and special interests pour money into their campaigns, and then therefore they're able to affect their legislation. This is no different if they have stock holdings in individual companies and there's legislation that may affect the bottom line of said individual companies. Like, I mean, hello, like this is so obviously corrupt and ridiculous. And of course, people like the great former speaker Nancy Pelosi stepped way in front of this and said, "Oh no, we don't need these kind of rules, John. I just trust our members to do the right thing, to go against their best interests. We just trust them to do this on behalf of the American people and not themselves and their families and their bottom lines." Yeah, Nancy Pelosi was one of the worst, and I'm sure you're gonna have this in your stats, John, but people have looked up like the trading record of her freaking husband. I mean, my God, he's kicking Goldman Sachs ass on any day of the week. I wonder why that is.
He's just really, really good at investing. It's amazing that he's been able to succeed at the level that he has, considering that he would never talk about any of this stuff with his wife.
Right. I mean, his wife was one of the 5 most powerful people in government.
Exactly. I mean, look, they're not gonna do. I mean, are you implying that they would like violate ethics to personally enrich themselves to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars? No, of course not. They would forego all of that money so that they're not doing anything untoward. Anyway, here are the numbers. The senators said in a statement that 1 in 3 members of Congress whose median net worth, according to Open Secrets, was just over $1 million in 2020, compared with $120,000 for the median US household, traded stocks between 2019 and 2021. They noted that 1 in 7 lawmakers violated the Stock Act by not properly disclosing trades, while more than 3,700 transactions during the aforementioned 2-year period potentially posed conflicts of interest. I mean, you might all recall, oh my God, I'm blanking on one of their names, but Senator Loeffler and Owen Perdue, both of them trading massively on things that were obviously going to be affected by the pandemic after private meetings that were not privy to the public, or the public was not privy to. Maybe that can be added to that list. And by the way, overall, the stock portfolios of congressional lawmakers outperformed the S&P 500 by 17.5%. They're just really smart people. Why are you guys so jealous of them? They just do better research, I guess. They're definitely not using secret information. So anyway, I don't know if this will go anywhere. It is good that it has at least one Republican who signed on for it. It seems like the sort of thing that if you were to oppose it would look bad during an election, but we know that there are millions of dollars on the line, so it's entirely possible that they will still try to maintain the status quo.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that this will actually be passed. And even if it is, I bet you will be toothless as all hell and have no actual ways of enforcement and stuff like that. I could see this passing as just a paper bill, literally, and not having any fangs, because the idea that these folks will reverse course, a lot of these people's like, this is what I got into Congress for.
Yeah.
It wasn't to be a civil service, it was to enrich myself. So, man, I hope that they're able to get this done. I honestly do think it would be a step in the right direction of actually having an actual democracy. But time will tell.
Yeah, time will tell. We'll see. Hopefully it'll be picked up in the House, but that's probably where it will die. I don't think there will be nearly enough Republicans. Why would Kevin McCarthy sign on to this? By the way, the Republicans criticized Pelosi for being against this back when she was in charge. And then now that they're in charge, guarantee that they are also against it for the same reason.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.